An early morning scare at Toronto's Pearson International Airport after passengers had to evacuate a plane before it even took off. Good evening, I'm Mr. Spasono. We begin tonight with Taiwan's EVA Air flight BR35. It was supposed to leave Pearson International Airport this morning just after 1 o'clock, and it was going for a routine de-icing when one of the wings of the plane hit a pole, causing significant damage and significant inconvenience.
Don't know what it is. It kind of feels like one of the sides is breaking. It just vibrates a little bit. Don't think much of it. Happens again about 30 seconds later. At that point we kind of started thinking, oh, what's that? You look out the window, damage to the wing, you can see the light falling down, so the pilots basically drove into one of the floodlights.
As soon as Mark Jones heard that sound, he knew he wasn't going anywhere and that he was in for a long night. Passengers were on the plane for hours, while firefighters helped evacuate the plane and buses shuttled them from the tarmac back to Pearson for shelter. Jones says EVA Air gave passengers taxi vouchers and hotel accommodations, but not until after he and other passengers had to contact several airline representatives.
And they didn't have enough of these to go around. They kind of gave them to 5 or 6 people. They were just passing them around, and they said, if you want any info, just call the numbers at the bottom here. You call those numbers, they're both closed.
So you tried both numbers?
Tried both, couldn't get hold of anyone, so you're kind of stranded at 5 a.m, not knowing what you're doing, not knowing if you're flying, not knowing if you're sleeping on the floor, you just don't know.
He was heading to Taiwan on vacation. Little did he know traveling would add to his stress. EVA Air gave him the option to take other flights, but his bag stayed behind on the plane.
I had the opportunity to get on an Air Canada flight this morning at 10 a.m, and they were trying to facilitate me getting on that, but they wouldn't release my bags from this plane, so effectively my bags are held hostage on this current plane. I don't want to go without my bags, so I'm kind of in limbo now. Even if I can fly tonight on this new flight, who knows if the bags are even going to go with me at this point.
If they arrive and their baggage is not with them, then the airline will have to compensate the passengers for their interim expenses, the interim purchases at the destination. The passengers who incur expenses for meals, phone calls, ground transportation, and possibly buying some clothing items because their baggage wasn't given to them. For the mere inconvenience of not having your baggage in such a situation, legally the airline would be liable, but it may be difficult to enforce the inconvenience factor.
We reached out to Taiwan's EVA Air for comment. We have yet to hear back from them. As for Transportation Safety Board, its spokesperson tells City News the incident is under investigation, and they will look into the matter further on Monday. Now, Mark is supposed to be flying out tonight, 24 hours after he originally planned. EVA Air has told him that his bags will be waiting for him in Taiwan once he arrives. Now, Mark is a viewer just like you, and he sent us this story. If you have news in the making, here are just some of the ways you can contact us. From Toronto Pearson International Airport, I'm Mr. Spasono, City News.